Was that your biggest test to date?
Yeah, without a doubt. That was a very good lesson to have. He can take a shot. He was awkward. He's got power. It's no joke. I felt it within the first round after, even just when he was just jabbing and the punches were being parried by my hand. I felt the power and yeah, very good test to have so early in the career.
Can you talk us through that punch late in the third round after the headbutt?
Oh, I didn't even see it. What's there to talk about? I don't know. I didn't see the punch.
Well, it looked like it was...
Rattled me?
Yeah, he wobbled you.
Yeah, definitely rattled me. I definitely kind of like, I felt like I was transported to just a point in time, and I was like, whoa, where the fuck did that come from? But yeah, it's a good thing to have, good test to have. Bit of
Adversity.
loss of brain cells. My brain's not working too well at the moment.
What was your corner saying to you in the middle of the rounds when it started to get...
It's the same thing. Come on. Yeah, just keep hitting me. Come on. Like I didn't think too much about it, but yeah, I found it a little bit amusing. Ben Horn did the same thing, but he started doing that at the end. Maybe he took a page from that. I don't know.
How rattled were you after the head clash?
Oh, the head clash didn't rattle me. That more just it annoyed me because it was in the third round, and I felt like it fucking created a cut. I felt like there was a little bit of liquid coming out, so I instantly told the ref, cut, headbutt, just in case it gets stopped by the ref, stopped by the doctor. So that was my main concern, and I actually didn't even know that it wasn't cut until after the fight, and I was looking at myself in the mirror, in the screen.
What was your reaction when you started counting?
And he started what?
Well, you said it was a headbutt, and then you started giving the count.
Oh, like I've had moments where, especially against Bo Belbin, where I scored a knockdown, but it wasn't really a knockdown. It was more of like a push, and this just comes with the sport. The referees, they're not perfect. They don't see everything from every single angle. He was just in the unfortunate spot of being not being able to see that it was an actual head clash. So I didn't think too much about it. I didn't kind of start sooking, and you just got to deal with it, get the points back.
What did you have to do to find your range through the chaos? Because it was very chaotic in the first several rounds.
Just back to the fundamentals, really. Back to the game plan that we established to fight from the outside and make him miss, make him pay. I got a little bit... again, boxing's still kind of new to me. Every single time I get into the ring, it's kind of like a new experience. It's still kind of like the first round's still a bit of like a getting used to phase, and still takes me a little bit to get the dice rolling. But yeah, glad to actually go a couple more rounds. How many rounds was it? Six. Yeah, so that was perfect. You tipped it. Can I get a little commission?
How far do you reckon you've come along since you gave one fight here?
Oh, huge amounts.
How important is it to get these rounds under your belt?
Huge. I've had a huge amount of improvement. The last camp I had was a huge step in the perfect direction, and more fights like this are going to be very beneficial for me later on in my career. These tough tests where you have to kind of really dig in deep. I feel like if it was any other opponent, a lot of the shots could have probably finished the fight, but Jack has a bloody granite chin. He's known for it, and it definitely showed it today.
First time headlining your own pay-per-view. Mm-hmm. How was the experience, not just fight, but the fight event?
It was fun. I really enjoyed it, really. But it was still kind of like the same as the other ones. They all seemed the same. I didn't really notice that. I didn't feel like a special responsibility that I was just the headliner. Every single fight, there's just the same mentality. But this one, I feel like I just came in a lot more calm, a lot more relaxed, more in the zone, and just, yeah, I'm adapting to this lifestyle.
Dylan Biggs was ringside.
Mm-hmm.
See next.
Possibly, yeah. We'll see how we go. It's yeah, whatever's down the line.
So it's still.
Could be.
Oh, look, he's in the mix, no doubt, isn't he, George?
Yeah, there's a beautiful hit list actually in the super welterweight division. And
I feel like
Dylan
I
Biggs
feel like
is
everyone
definitely
wants
one
me.
on there. Yeah.
Character building fight plans tonight?
Yeah, I said at the press conference, everyone was writing Jack Brubaker off, and I said, don't be silly, this guy's a cagey veteran, and he's tough, and Tim handled him, but even Tim will tell you, the guy takes a punch, and he showed it again tonight, and all credit to Jack, great entertainer, great for boxing, and we saw tomorrow, but god damn, that guy's tough, and credit to him, he deserves that at least. But for Nikita, it's exactly what we wanted. We got past the half a dozen rounds, and that's something that we were desperate for, because he's got to learn his craft still. He's still only 6 fights in. People forget that sometimes.
Yeah, there's still a huge learning curve, and still haven't even done 2 years yet.
No,
still
we're still early.
1.5 years into the sport.
And
Yeah, still a little baby.
and these fellas,
Only
no
on training
limits, just want him
wheels.
to keep fighting, fighting, fighting. So we keep him busy as we can.
What did Dylan Biggs say here as we run into him afterwards?
Hopefully we can meet in the future. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he was very congratulatory,
Yeah.
to Nikita,
He's
very
nice,
respectful.
he's
He's a
a
really
nice
nice young
kid,
guy,
yeah.
Dylan. We rate him, and we rate him as a very good fighter, no doubt. That's why he's the Australian champ. And we do rate him, and it'll be a great fight when that fight comes to fruition.
Great fight week, George. Capped off with an amazing main event.
Yeah, look, I thought Nikita was amazing tonight. He's a real showman. Jack Brubaker is that character who's been fantastic during fight week, but Nikita's a showman himself, from the walkout to the celebrations, and I know that he feeds off that crowd energy. So, I love it. He's born to be a star, really. The way he carries himself, the way that he performs, and he just keeps getting better and better. And I'm grateful that we got to see a few rounds, the adversity that he faced and bounced back from, and showed what he's got on offer. And I think it really topped off what was an exciting card. And I think everybody who stepped into that ring tonight really performed. And I'm grateful, really. Even the guys who lost tonight all put on fantastic performances, and I'd love to have every one of them back, because that's what we want on our cards. We want people to get in and have a dig, and if it doesn't go their way, at least they put everything on the line and put on a performance that we can get them back for, and find another matchup for them. And congratulations to Nikita and everybody who got the win tonight.
Who chose the walkout song?
Me.
Not me this time.
Yeah.
Was there anything to it? Or?
I have a deep playlist of all these old classics that I've just been jamming to, and
He's found a new love, the 80s,
yeah.
the disco. He loves it.
It was ever
God
since
knows what's next.
It was ever since Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 came out. There was they make a little mixtape for each movie, and they kind of mix in a lot of classics. And I made my own little Volume 4 on Spotify, and I just got a huge library now.
The crowd loved it.
I loved it as well.
Good energy.
No, we don't
No,
believe so.
just-
The
just
swelling's
bruising.
actually gone down a bit already. Dr. Bill's had a good look at it. We'll get up in the morning and reassess it, and if most likely just send for a scan to make sure. But I don't believe it's fractured. There's the swelling wouldn't subside that quickly if there was.
I asked if we could pop it, but apparently the doctor said no.
Yeah, he's a very attractive young man.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Any thoughts on when you'd like to fight again? I know you've got a bit of a break, but
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows?
I think all going well. I think we'd like to do it again before the end of the year.
Yeah, definitely. before
And
the
that's a
end of the
busy year for Nikita, and so we'll definitely be back in the next few months. Wait for the announcement from Georgie as to who that'll be, but we've all got a bit of an idea, and we'll just see how that plays out. There's plenty of people that have got their fingers in the pie at the moment to have a crack at Nikita in our division, so
I feel like everyone wants
it's going to be an interesting time for that division, and of course we've got Timmy as well, so busy time ahead.
me versus Tim.
No, not you and Tim.
Fuck that.
No, not even in a spa. Let alone
Fuck
fight.
that.
Should you beat Biggs, is that overseas after that? You got every title that's back
Oh, not necessarily. You've got to remember, it's still only, if it is, it'll be fight number 7.
Yeah, let's not
So
think too far. Let's not think too far ahead.
Yeah, we've still got, really, for me personally, 10 to 12 fights, I think, before we start looking at quality international opponents. Of course, we've got to get opponents that want to get in the ring with Nikita, but they're becoming more, you know, they see things like tonight, oh, you know, Nikita's beatable. So, okay, well, put your money out and jump in with him and we'll give you that opportunity. But that'll be a great discussion in the next few months as to what the next couple of fights for Nikita will be. But he's got to keep winning.
Tonight was a big step up for the style of opponent that he's been facing.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, a durable guy like Jack Brubaker, that's a big step up.
That's exactly what I
Nikita
needed.
tonight. You know, that's something not a lot of people are looking at doing. So he's still got a lot of levels to just keep climbing up. The problem is that he debuted as a Fox Sports headliner. So we saw we've seen the growth of him from fight one, whereas most people you don't see till the 10 fights in and doing that there.
And we did think long and hard about Jack Brubaker. It wasn't an off-the-cuff decision because that's for a 6-fight rookie to go in against a 24-fight veteran. That's a big ask, regardless of how they're travelling. It's a whole new world.
And a great result too.
And for Nikita, he's learned a lot from that tonight, without a doubt. Oh, look, it's a question of it's a good question, but none of us have crystal balls. Nikita's got a lot of work to do. He's still, like you said, he's still learning. Igor's still uncovering things with him and working on things. But in my heart, I believe both the boys will be world champions in their time. But it's certainly not a race for us. He's younger than Tim, and so whilst we keep him busy and learning the craft, I have my personal thoughts are yes, he will. He will be a world champ. But he's got a lot of things to learn and get better at, and we are realists and we know that he's got a long way to go.